Tonight, we continue to follow a mulch fire as it continues to burn off of US 41. One person is injured and some structures are at risk. Now, this is happening at MW Horticulture, and if that name rings a bell, it's because we've been covering reports of fires there and issues with the recycling facility in Lee County for years. Now, Fox 4's Brianna Brownlee has been there on scene for hours. Bree, I know you've been trying to gather more information from there on scene. Is the fire under control at this time or no?
No, Elise, as you can see, fire crews are still on the scene, and they've been here since around 9 o'clock this morning. Now, we arrived around 5 o'clock this afternoon, and when we first arrived, it was mostly just smoke. But around 8 o'clock, that's when we started to see flames. Now, I'm going to scoot out the way and let you guys have more of a visual, and I'm going to have Joseph zoom in. It's still pretty dark. However, you can still see those orange spots in the pile of mulch. Now, this seems to be another chapter of woes for the recycling company. From the company being tied up in lawsuits with Lee County to this being the second mulch fire at this location in less than 2 weeks. I spoke to a woman who was driving by the area earlier today, and she tells me what she saw was frightening.
I was standing right at the fence line along Michael G. Ritt Parkway, and you couldn't stand there for more than a minute or two because the heat was it was intense.
Here are the photos Jennifer Trout captured while flames torched the mulch piles near a recycling center on US 41.
When I drove past it initially, it looked like it was contained to like one pile, but when we came back around 1 o'clock, it looked like it had spread to multiple mounds.
Jennifer says when she was watching the fire, the smoke was so thick that she could barely see the fire crews while they were working. According to the San Carlos Park Fire Department, the fire accounted for 75% of the mulch. 2 structures were at risk and 1 patient was treated for injuries.
I hope that he's okay. I hope the fire personnel, take turns and they're not exposed to that heat for too long.
This seems to be another chapter of woes for the recycling plant. For the past few years, the company and Lee County have been battling each other with lawsuits. And just 2 years ago, the county filed a foreclosure lien lawsuit against the property. And this past Tuesday, there was another mulch fire at the exact same location. Now, if you do want to read up about those lawsuits, make sure you visit these stories on fox4now.com. Also, the fire marshal did determine that the cause of this fire was internal combustion due to mismanagement of the mulch piles. Live in Lee County, Brianna Brownlee, Fox 4.